Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Today is August the 2nd and we are looking at Tesla daily chart. Let's take a look at it and see how the breakout has been going and what is the ultimate destination for Tesla. First, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Let's get right into it. So with the daily chart in front of us here, we can see a couple of things. First, the time is only 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the volume is already at 114%. If you follow my videos regularly, you will know that 114% when we still have about 2 hours of trading to go, this is pretty phenomenal volume for Tesla. Usually we're tracking about 50 to 60% around this time. The daily chart is here. The daily candle looks pretty good. It broke out of my resistance of 704. The next resistance from what I can see here is 718, which it went through that this morning and then now retraced back to about 715. The next big resistance that I can see here is 746. However, before Tesla can get there, we need to pay attention to the RSI. RSI is a little bit of overbought right now, so no wonder Tesla retraced back from the high of the day of about 726, 727. This is also important to keep in mind that Tesla bounced really strong off of the 50 days SMA and 200 days SMA. Right now, the white line being the 50 days SMA is trying to curve back up and potentially cross back up above the 200 days SMA, which would be creating a golden cross at that point. If you notice that a death cross was created about July 7th earlier this month, and I did say that not all death crosses are created equal, and it wasn't necessarily clear to me that Tesla would be dropping just simply based on the death cross. Today, the 50 days SMA seems to be curving back up and potentially create a golden cross. This is not unusual. We see a lot of this happening in the technology sectors. I know that Amazon is one of them where the 50 days SMA and the 200 days SMA sort of run in parallel, and eventually a death cross turned into a golden cross within a short amount of time. Looking at the 30-minute chart, we did see that the first hour and a half of the trading day, Tesla went all the way up to almost $727, which was well above the pivot line here, and then retraced back. Now it is dancing around the pivot line, which is around $715. I did swing a call option for the strike price of 720. I entered at the end of the day on Friday last week, and I took profit right when it spiked through the pivot here, so right around 719, 720. I could have held a little bit and it could have gone up more, but I'm using the pivot lines for my short-term swing trading as my guidance to take profit. And for the trading range for tomorrow, I'm looking at on the upper end 742, middle end would be 715, and the bottom pivot line is $700. If you recall, my resistance that I've been saying time and again on this channel is 746, and tomorrow chances are Tesla could spike through this top pivot line here and hit 746. It seems to be pretty bullish right now, but keep in mind that the RSI on the daily seems to be at overbought, so it might retrace a little bit. But on this 30-minute chart, it seems pretty healthy. Broke out, retrace, broke out, retrace, broke out again, retraced again. So tomorrow, if Tesla danced around the middle pivot line, which is 715, that's good news for a potential spike back up to 742, 746, or it could already get to 742, 746 at the beginning of the trading day. The buy volume, as you can see, for the last 3 days is pretty impressive. Buy volume seems to be heavy during the beginning of the day, and then people start selling toward the end of the day. This is definitely contrary to a few days last week where the volume was pretty much sell volume, especially the day after earnings. Tesla did sell the news and went all the way down, and we see heavy sell volume at that point. But at that time, the RSI was also at oversold, and there was a clear divergence in RSI on the 30-minute chart here on the day after earnings, which was last Tuesday. And then Tesla consolidated and then spiked back up. So with the spike in the last 2-3 days, Tesla has been trending upside and reversed the downside. So after about 6 times it hit the support level of 50 days SMA, it starts spiking back up from there. The RSI right now, like I said, is at overbought with huge buy volume here, so be careful. Tomorrow could be a little bit of retracement, if not by the end of the day today. Let's take a look at the longer term chart. Let's go back to the daily chart to see what we see here. On the daily, I mentioned that I saw a cup and handle here with a potential breakout above 704, and it did break out today. The breakout should stop temporarily at 746, and if we're lucky, it could get to 768 before a major retracement. Now, if Tesla can get to 768 within the next day or so, it could build on that momentum, consolidate a little bit, and go all the way back up to the 790 to the low 800 areas. Once it gets to above 768, the resistance are 793, 824, 853, and then back to all-time high of $900. But you can see that there are a lot of resistance lines that I have from here until 900. So the path from here to 900 is not easy. Quite frankly, I don't know if AI Day, based on perception, could have the power to propel Tesla all the way back up to 900. But I do think that leading up to AI Day, there might be some information that leaked out to the press that might be very favorable to Tesla, and Tesla could easily get there. For right now and for today, given that we have very good volume and generally the volume is bullish and buy volume is more than sell volume, I do think that Tesla could break out even further after consolidating a little bit. I need to see this RSI to calm down a little bit before I can feel confident that the bull run will continue. As you can see here, every time RSI hit a overbought territory, the stock retraced. So when it hit 900 the first time, the stock retraced a little bit, going sideways, and hit the 900 again. At that point, we can see the RSI reduced, and there was a divergence while the stock price action moving sideways, the RSI moving downhill. So Tesla sure enough went back down. Ever since Tesla did not touch the overbought territory too many times, one time here in April, one time here end of June, and then right now at the beginning of August. So it needs to stabilize, it needs to move back down before I feel confident that the bull run is not overbought. I also want to update you guys. Over the weekend, I went to Austin, Texas, and I took a quick look at Tesla construction progress at the gigafactory in Austin, and it's been pretty phenomenal. I know there are a lot of channels out there that provide you with drone footage of Tesla, so you should be able to see the progress on a daily, if not weekly basis. But seeing it with my own eyes, I thought that was fascinating. There was a part of a Tesla building that seems to have full just glass window. I want to speculate that that is part of the corporate office, if not the entire corporate office. Who knows if Tesla will move corporate office eventually there, but the fact that the building from the outside looking in looks very much like a corporate type building, or at least that section of the building, it gives me hope that Tesla could expand its corporate office there. If you look at some of the Tesla job posting for the corporate side of the house, you also see that Tesla indicate that employees could be based out of Tesla headquarters in Northern California or out of Austin. So that is also a pretty interesting situation for Austin. The campus in Austin is very big, and to Elon's description, it could be an ecological paradise. So I'm looking forward to seeing a complete set of construction where everything is fully built out. We would see trails and birds and a true ecological paradise where it could attract a lot of Tesla employees moving from California, as well as new talents going into Austin, Texas. So needless to say, I'm a big fan of the Austin market as well as Tesla. And at this point, I'm just waiting to see what the next move would be for Tesla there. So that's just a little sidetrack for my pet project over the weekend, visiting Tesla Gigafactory in Austin. Other than that, I think it is a very good company, a lot to look forward to in the next few years. But immediately as traders, I'm looking forward to AI Day. I think we are running up leading to AI Day with a few retracement days here and there. I want to also emphasize a little bit on the trading side here. I see a lot of you sending me comments about what is the next price target for Tesla. Where do I think Tesla will be running up to? I'm happy to answer those questions. However, in order to trade effectively, you have to understand your own strategy in comparing with Tesla momentum. So for example, I could say that Tesla could potentially reach 746 this week. If you are doing a call option with a strike price of 745, and if Tesla doesn't hit that until the end of the day, Friday, and you have weekly expiration, your option is still worthless. So just because I foresee it getting into 746 does not mean that you're going to have a profitable trade if you aim the strike price of 746. It all depends on your strategy, right? And so it's really hard to coach you on trading when I only make one video every couple of days. So I'm happy to give you price targets, but I would very much like for you to be very careful with your trades and make sure you don't just rely solely on what I say here, because your strategy might be night and day. Now, if you hold a leap call option out to 2023, definitely hold on to it, because I do think that it could get to 745, 746 by the end of the week. And that leap call option is going to be more profitable by then. But if you have weekly options or 2 to 3 weeks out, and if Tesla doesn't move as fast as you'd like it to move, you will lose premium on though, despite the fact that we are in the middle of a bullish run. So keep those in mind. I'll do my best to provide information, but it is not a one size fit all. Please keep that in mind as you proceed with your trading. If you are an investor, there's nothing to worry about. There's a lot to look forward to in the next few weeks, as well as the next few years for Tesla. So I certainly hope that you'd be holding on to your shares just like I would be. Until the next video, bye.